have not played this map inside of Tier 1. They played it a couple of times at Challenger Series. They lost it, so they've not got a particularly hot history on it.
I think that's fair to say, but ultimately, like I always say, there's two teams in the server, and we never know. I would guess they don't want any of that action, but I could be wrong, and I will be. It's going to from there get to sort of challenge Ivy and onto Library Stairs and everything else that'll be ahead of him. But how about that? Evan is going to take down MACKO. That's the Deimos gone. Entry to Wild.
I mean this in the nicest way, but Evan has been one of our weaker players in the competition, and perhaps tend to just kind of do a run out and just don't MACKO. It says a lot. They found themselves 2 kills, Tim. Wild are not backing down from the pressure. They're willing to rise with a face-off against these boys. Oh my God, Sneak! Fair play. I bet Eustace is wondering what the bloody hell just happened. Immediate trade out of Solid
towards that mirror window. We're going to see the smokes going out just to try and provide a little bit of cover for Falcons to build from, but it's not going to matter when you're going into a ward and just activates the glasses. Boomsy gets the first and the Bosch G, so he's certainly meaning business here, but it's going to be Sneak getting taken down. Leakerfack, he was ready for that. You'd have
to really try and bring the fight to you. So I think a little bit of composure like that to deal with that kind of aggression is the way to go. There's one more jump out coming through, but no, this is what I mean. They've got the read on it this time. Control.
Yeah, I think round 2 is showing exactly what we were saying about why this is going to be a difficult game for Wild. It worked in the first round. They are ready for it in the second. Falcons have come in and just taken absolutely everything they want. I was talking about Garen has an opportunity to find one, can't quite land his shots. They know exactly where he is now. This is going to be tough because they're all just going to start swinging and running at him. MACKO is the one to pick him up. Big
Falcons will be too wise for that now.
Getting aggressive on trophy window. In goes the Rotero. Leakerfack left himself. Rotero drones with him.
All right. Didn't get any more away from this then. Good start for Wild. Half of the round's gone, of course, at the same time. Tim knows his shield down. He's got his feet. That's too easy. 2 kills come out for Sneak before he finally gets traded. But really, Tim, the damage has been done. There is still a player on Solar Stairs. It's a 4v2. Wild can hold on well here.
Yeah, I think they will do. Solotov's going to find himself way down on HP and even less then as Boomsy manages to pick him long angles and force MACKO to push his way on into them, and they'll just chip away at his health as he does. They don't need to take any particularly big fights.
It was the one who's done an awful lot of work, of course. It's worth highlighting across those 3 rounds so far. Definitely top of his team as far as the kills go. Keeping himself very busy in that round with that 2 counts of the solar window is what really took all the wind out of the sails, for example. Smokes on towards the doorway, smokes on towards the plant spot. Any kind of utility you want, it is there and good to go. Evan tried his best, but Solitaire V wins out this.
That wall and prevent, it was a power position that they used last time around in behind the mirror window. That's no longer going to be safe. Again, Leakerfack gets caught out. That's twice in 2 rounds, and not like it.
But they're pulling the trigger now for this execute. And that was a C4 that came out from Garen that did not connect. They're waiting for another Uzi. They've still got one in back pocket, but I don't think he's going to get in the position. Because why would he need to, Tim? Somehow, he's on the hatch. Eustace has got rid of one, but this whole thing is crumbled. What is going on with the Falcons side?
To successfully hold that angle. I really don't know what the thought process or the plan has been from Falcons here between Leakerfack straying across the door to side. I mean, you're never going to win that phantom pressure even if you're not going to play in from the front side. As it is, Falcons are stacked up massively at the back, so it looks like it's all going to be from this side, but how will they deal with the clash?
I mean, for now, that's looking to be...
I don't think it was. So, yeah, I think I love the reinforcement there. It's not really going to do much other than buy them a couple of seconds and waste the PC utility, but I think at this point, it doesn't really matter. As I say, the clash becomes kind of less and less powerful as everybody else on the team dies around them, because then you have to take challenges like that. Evan's going to be cut down, and it looks like, again, the roller coaster ride for Falcons continues. This one could be a flawless round after 2 rounds that had us absolutely scratching our heads with them. Flawless round.
Yeah.
It really is burning out an inordinate amount of time.
For now, no one has gone down. Both calls have been used. Loads of utility has been dumped in. In fact, they're the ones walking away with the deaths, Tim. They lose 2. They've used everything, but Wild have given them absolutely nothing. They managed to have a warden on side. They've still managed to find their way through to this point. Rede stepping forward to try and do something. They at least get 1 back, but there's an immediate response. Again, Sneak's name just does not disappear out of that kill feed.
Yeah, he's having a great game. Mats is going to... Piano gets taken out. Another one drops at the same time. And WYLDE have a big advantage. It's 5 versus 3 and they can... half from Falcons. We know that they like that. They will just turn games around and they're a bit of a nightmare. But yeah, I think it largely comes down to WYLDE's performance on attack. And that's not ideal. Yeah, I'm not really sure how they get a successful execute out of this, to be honest. The little spray down comes in, not going to find the kill. They are going to stick this plant, potentially. Yes, it will be, but this is the problem. They've lost so much in getting it down. It's now effectively 2 versus 4, but what a spray down. That'll level things up. It's now 3 versus 1. Boomsy is down, but Solotov is last alive, and Falcons have crumbled once the diffuser's gone down.
Can we just give MACKO the win in our last game already? Solotov getting one back, but it feels like a little too late. That shield player is up, and he's really got to move quickly here. But why would Boomsy give him anything? Mats with the close.
I'm not talking in a toxicity sense. I'm talking in a, you know, in terms of performance sense. Stop showing them all this respect and thinking, oh my God, it's Falcons. We can't do that. We can't get aggressive onto Pillar. Well, of course you can get aggressive onto Pillar. You can get aggressive into Office. You can do these things. Go in and take the fight to them because it's proven that it works.
I mean, we're in a 3 versus 2 again because Boomsy has walked in and got a free counter blitz against Falcons. Make it another 3 versus 1. WYLDE are about to be 6-2 up against Falcons. What is going on?
So what if it's Shike or League? Go in and kill them. Go in and take the game away from them. That's exactly what they've done. Fnatic does manage to get a great kill onto Boomsy. A 1v3 becomes a 1v1. I said he was a clutch master, and he proves it again. Starts with a melee against the blitz. Get that advantage. They're going to go straight in here for the plant. We've got the smoke canisters there. They do exactly that. Leakerfact drops down. I don't think he knows exactly where he's spraying the default position. He doesn't know exactly where it is. They've got the plant successfully. Solotov manages to get one. We're going to see Evan down, but can they hold on to this from the outside?
Why make it complex when simple works just fine, Tim? This could be a massive scramble effort now. Garen's onto his second up above. Fuse being stuck, they've got to challenge aggressively here and try as they might, it doesn't matter.
Where that they planted in an off spot because we saw Leakerfact just spraying kind of towards what would...
What is happening today?
Honestly, there's a world where a lot of teams tomorrow end up on top.
They go on
10 points. And
yeah, that Ram charging on through. Of course, not catching much of the floor as he's going over the concrete for a time. A second one comes in. That is coming out of anywhere. How on earth has he got that one? Hello? Makes it a second. It's a 5 versus 2.
they find a couple of kills, but they're going up against Amos Tracks. They're going up against a WYLDE team that are just hungry for the 3 points, hungry to keep themselves in the chase. There's Jaco manages to get the first. It's 2 versus 4, 2 versus 3. Surely cut down. Yes, Frida's there. Evan gets the double at the end.
I guess that we put up with you. Do you want to?
Forgot about that.
Oh my do you want to explain?
I completely forgot about that. Shall I explain it?
Yeah.
Leo Alfama R6 on Twitter has agreed that if his power ranking is materially inaccurate, what was it? 4 teams out of place?
No, half of the power rankings are wrong.
If half of the power rankings are wrong, then he will let me apply a semi-permanent tattoo to him tomorrow on broadcast.
Oh, tomorrow? I didn't even know it was tomorrow.
Yeah, it's
broadcast.
tomorrow. Straight on his forearm.
So that's on the post.
And it's a terrible tattoo.
From this roster, and I'm really glad we get to speak to them as well. We should have Garen on the line to answer some of our questions.
That's Evan.
No.
That's not Garen.
Cameo.
Are you doing a Garen cosplay?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So.
We were informed it was going to be Garen, but obviously you are not Garen. You're Evan. Congratulations. I don't know what you have done today. You've taken down Falcons. How have you managed to beat down this big #1 team in the league?
Well, I mean, we watched the VP game back a little bit, and like they were just playing aggro on them, and we were like, well, we don't really have anything to lose. Let's just do the same, and it worked.
Do you think that that's been an issue for you guys, that you could not really try new playstyles or more aggressive or more risky playstyles unless you had no pressure on yourselves?
I don't think it was. For me, the pressure was definitely there, like the most in the first 3 games. Like I was making terrible calls. I wasn't even playing good at all. But like everyone else was playing pretty good in those first few games. But I feel like the last few games, I don't know, maybe like it's just the composure. I feel like that VP game, they were just so good at closing out the late rounds, and the experience really showed there.
What's been the Evan, for you? What's been the biggest learning in terms of making that step up between tier 2 and tier 1?
I mean, definitely like just that it's the exact same game. Like I don't know, when you've been watching some of these players for like years, and then all of a sudden you're playing against them, this is very different, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally understand that. Obviously, you know, this is really good for you guys to get some good points on the board. But you have one more game in the group stage, and that is against a team you're sort of familiar to. I mean, we talk about MACKO, the team that has been kind of your arch nemesis, I guess we can say, throughout Challenger Series. How are you going into that matchup tomorrow?
I mean, hopefully we're going into it better than we went into it in Challenger Series. That's all I'll say, to be honest. Like, it didn't go great in CL, but it can't possibly get worse, I guess. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
I mean, that is a very good way to look at it. Obviously, we're seeing this massive improvement from you guys. What have you been the most proud and the most happy with for your team with the stage, especially, you know, with this big victory that you had just now?
I mean, coming into it, everyone predicted us last, and probably including some of us. Like, we set a very realistic goal, which was like, let's see if we can push for 7th, 8th, maybe. We picked up the win against Wolves. We had a very close game against Gen.G, which arguably we should have taken 3 points for. I think, like, it's clear that the potential is there. It's just about the ideas are good, just we weren't executing them right. And I think if we can execute them right, then the potential to push for those higher positions is there.
Seeing our analyst here nod in agreement with you, obviously, yeah.
It comes through the experience, right?
Yeah.
You guys are new. You played only a few matchups. It's also very punishing. You guys are playing BO1s. You've not had the luxury of playing BO3s as well. It's all, I think, part of the process. And I think we've seen that evolution and that growth throughout the stage. Effectively, at the beginning was hard, but you guys have been looking closer and closer to taking these wins, and then you have multiple ones. I think how you're approaching the off-season and how you guys are gonna... You've got 2 months basically to prepare September. So what's going to be the plan for that?
I mean, to be honest, we haven't even thought about that yet. We're just like focused on the game and getting as much as we can out of the games while we're still playing them. You know, we'll worry about off-season after.
Probably the right idea.
I think Lee was just trying to get a little bit ahead of himself. Obviously, you still have another game tomorrow to play, like we said, against MACKO. For now, though, enjoy this victory. Once again, a big congratulations, and we hope to speak to you again soon.
Also, just want to say, shout out Mint. His chat gave me the idea for the hat buff. Oh, GG. Oh, no, it's still on. Okay.
I love that.
So,
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mint. Cheers.